Good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning with Rodney. I want to talk to you for a few moments today just about living with the choices we make. Living with the choices we make. Even in the Bible, there are decisions that were made that people had to live with and deal with the consequences of what they have done. Let's take Pilate, for example. Um, Pilate had to live with his decision that he made on allowing Jesus to go ahead and be crucified. Judas had to live a short period of time with the decision he made about betraying Jesus. Moses had to live with, going to the Old Testament, the sacrifices, or he had to live with the situations that he created in his life. He killed a man, and he went out in the wilderness. He had to deal with also the consequences of the choices he made by, first of all, trying to deny God's work in him, and ultimately the fact that he had to live with the decision that he took on the road to lead the children of Israel out of Egypt. So what I'm saying today is that the choices we make have consequences. And you have to ask yourself, what are you doing sometimes? Sometimes you know when you're living or when you're doing things that are pleasing or unpleasing to God, and you make the decision whether or not you want to go forward, or you just want to, or you find yourself backing out. But you have to live with those decisions you make. And as you live with those decisions you make, whether right or wrong, how do you deal with that? It becomes a mind complex. It becomes a hard thing because you're trying to deal with a situation or circumstance that you yourself have put yourself in. There's no one else to blame. You have to understand that when there's no one else to blame, where does the blame fall? We know who it is, but we kind of lash out then because we really don't want to blame ourselves for the things that we have done, our positions we have put ourselves in. That's why Judas, for example, he had no one to blame for what happened because he betrayed Jesus, even though he went in thinking it one way, but yet he still betrayed Jesus. The 30 pieces of silver for the religious leaders to talk to Jesus, to question Jesus, even though he tried to give it back, it has no meaning because what he had already taken place. The betrayal, the decision that he made to say that the one I kiss is the one you want, he already had put him out there, and he had to live with that, to the fact that the mind complex, it ran him crazy to the point that he took his own life. What I'm saying to you today, family, friends, what I'm saying to you today is that know that the decision that you are making in your life now, be able to deal with the consequences that you're doing that's going to come with it. The decisions you make on today have a result of your life, short term or long term. Be able to live with that. And when we're praying for things, we're praying for answers, and sometimes our answers don't show up and matches what our prayer was. What I'm saying is that sometimes you may pray for one thing and God gives you an answer, it looks like it is something else, but it is the answer that you may be seeking. So know that you have to be able to deal with it. So if I'm praying for this thing, I'm praying about this problem, know that, especially if I'm asking God for something, know that you also need to pray for the power or the understanding or the knowledge to be able to deal with the results of what you requested. Because as always, we pray, like for a simple instance, we pray for a new car, a new house, or we pray for a great job. Okay, God gives that to you, allow you to get it. Now you have to deal with the consequences of being able to afford the things that come along with it, being willing to sacrifice the time that goes along with that job. it may be a great job, but it takes away your time from other things. It may be the car of your dreams, but you have to work so much more just to afford that car. Maybe the house that you always wanted, but yet your family goes in a separate direction. So there's things, there are consequences. So when you're praying, when you're requesting, you're talking to God about these things, try to be clear and try to understand that because you get it doesn't mean it's going to always work out the way you think it is. And remember that you're praying for something, you're seeking God on something, you're expecting something, and what you get sometimes may not be what you expected. So we have to live with the consequences of our decisions on how we decide that we're going to do these things. That's Monday Morning with Rodney.